Hey guys, welcome to another Legacy Enchantress video. This is Spatula of the Ages. Um, Today I'm going to be doing a league, as per the usual, with the Witch House, the Living Wish Enchantress edition. But first I wanted to start by talking about the deck list I'm like really working on right now, which unfortunately won't be on MTGO till December because Asteroids Invocation, like Commander, is not online till December for some reason, even though it came out in July because of Wizards. Who knows? Um, so that's real unfortunate. But there was a list. Some people, I don't know if you've seen this, that did well at like a 90-person tournament, made up for running 3 Invocation, main and 1 on the side. Like some people have been trying it as a 1 or 2 of. I really, really like it and think like it's actually the new best, third best Enchantress. So in this list, it basically takes the place of Green Sun Zenith. Um, so that does a few things for you. Like your enchantment count increases dramatically. So you're at 34 enchantments here, which means like Replenish is a lot stronger. So is Sarah Sanctum. Like I'm actually like considering going up to 3 Sanctums in this build because and I'm like a pretty big advocate of just running 2, but like you get a lot more value out of it in this with this high end enchantment count. So I'm seriously considering that. Um, it reduces your reliance on Argothian, which means like cards like Engineered Plague, Humility, Containment Priest, like sweepers like Terminus or Toxic Deluge, like all of those cards, like Edicts even, like all of those cards are just like half as weak against this version as they are against the Green Sun Zenith version. Like the main downside of losing Green Sun Zenith, in my opinion, is that you lose Gaddock Teeg out of the board, which means like your Storm combo matchup is more problematic because like that's one of your best, it's like your best line against them. But and you do lose some anti-decking measures. Like this version actually doesn't have anything to do against decking, so you really just like need to be careful about counting and like Sterling Groving, using Sterling Grove like aggressively early to get what you need rather than trying to draw into it. Um, so yeah, so like this build just like runs tons of things that work with Invocation, like 6 cantrip enchantments between 2 Ground Seal and 4 Abundant Growth. Abundant Growth also because you're in 4 colors, so it's just serving double duty here. Triple duty really, because it's also just great with Enchantresses and Doomwake Giant, and also good with Replenish. Um, so yeah, so like those Ground Seal, like again, not quite as good with Deathrite gone, but still pretty strong. Stop Snapcaster and Life from the Loam, mainly also Surgicals, post board. Um, let's see, Sterling Grove is actually a pretty decent target, like to give Shroud and like go Tutor. Oblivion Rain is really strong, as is Doomwake Giant. And this, so like I was trying to figure out the kill condition, because like that's always a problem with Enchantress. Like Sigil is fine, but it doesn't have any real synergy at all with Invocation. And I found this card, which I love. It's really, really good. Like it's like it looks a little silly, but it's honestly really, really strong with Estra's Invocation. Like every upkeep you can pay X and make that many tokens. I mean, most decks can't beat that. It's just a very strong combination of cards. And they also, all these cards also work with Replenish. Like that's the other thing is like everything that Invocation works with, like Enter the Battlefield triggers, those also work with Replenish, right? So like there's like great double synergy. And like I guess you're like theoretically open to Graveyard Hate, but you're not like dead in the water. Like it's only the 2 cards, so like okay, if they want to spend resources attacking your graveyard, like it's usually those are resources that probably could have been spent better elsewhere. Just a single confinement because you can get it with Grove. And then like so the mana base is a little bit tricky. I'm still working on it. Like actually this should be 2 Savannah, I think. But yeah, working on the mana base. You do need to run more fetches because you're in 4 colors. And then the sideboard, like for Leyline, I think you can probably make the Reanimator matchup easier. Like the fact that like you can like turn to Invocation to copy the Leyline means like because most Reanimator decks now are on like Wear and Tear instead of Reverend Silence, like having an extra copy means like they have to wait another turn. Even if they destroy the original ley line and you can't copy it again, you like still get a full another turn to like develop your board and find another ley line or find like Oblivion Rain or whatever, or Ground Seal even, although they obviously can still exhume. So the other two of his Choke obviously doesn't have any synergy with Invocation. You know, Choke is Choke, but obviously, but I think, you know, Choke is the single strongest sideboard card you can play in Enchantress. The other card that doesn't work with it is In the Eye of Chaos. So if you don't know, World Enchantments, it's a special type. You can't have more than one World Enchantment in play, like on the battlefield, including both players. Like the old one gets destroyed if a new one comes in. So you do not want to copy that, whatever you do. But I do think it's a very strong card, like because it's flexible against obviously decks playing counter magic, but also against like Infect or even Storm combo, because like it's like it makes Dark Ritual suck, it makes Cabal Ritual suck, it stops Ad Nauseam completely. Like I mean, like I guess theoretically they could spend 10 mana on it, but it ain't likely. Engineered Plague is great with Invocation or of Silence and Suppression Field. Like Taxian effects are really good. Trial of Ambition I think is a card like people should consider more than they do, which I think is not at all. Like it's actually generally a strong card. Like I know people probably think like, oh, Journey to Nowhere, but like a lot of decks that bring in like, you know, like Maverick, like think about like Loam. Like okay, sometimes Trial's just going to hit a Dryad Arbor, but a lot of times it'll hit you know, like at least a Noble Hierarch or something that like that actually hurts them. Often it will hit like a Canonist or a Knight, especially in conjunction with Doomwake Giant. You know, if they can't Green Sun Zenith to kill it like they can with Journey to Nowhere or Oblivion Rain, like they can kill it, but like it doesn't matter, the creature already died. That's a significant distinction. Like also against like even Eldrazi, like if they all is dust, like you know they get their creature back, which can really suck, especially if it's like a Thought Knot Seer. But with Trial of Ambition, that doesn't happen. Seal of Primordium, like not amazing synergy necessarily with Invocation, but like still like viable in a lot of matchups, and also great synergy with Replenish. Blind Obedience. You know, it's a little bit iffy, but like it's good against Elves and Sneak Attack, which are like two matchups I think that you want to put effort into. So for that reason, I think it's worthwhile. It gets some value against Storm combo. It stops Lotus Petals. It doesn't stop Landside Diamond, unfortunately. It's really good against Burn because of the life gain and stopping haste. Like it's okay against Goblins. It's actually not the worst against certain Eldrazi builds because like it makes Ratchet Bomb worse. It stops Reality Smasher from attacking the turn it comes into play. It also actually gives you a turn of reprieve from Trinisphere, which some people may not know. Like Trinisphere actually says that if it's untapped, so if it's tapped, it doesn't work. Let's see, which is pretty random. Nevermore, really strong, obviously, with Invocation. You can just like name all the cards you don't want to be played. Humility, obviously no doubling effect here, but like I said, maybe I didn't say it actually. Humility is just like really strong in this version because, or yeah, no, I was talking about how like you're like much stronger against like Overwhelming Splendor or Humility because of your less or reliance on Argothian. So it just makes Humility stronger. Like you can bring it in more often because you are not as hurt by it as the builds that run Green Sun Zenith. So that's the deck that I really want to play but can't play on MTGO. Now, today we're going to be playing the Witch House. The build hasn't changed that much. The one-drop spots are mostly the same. I did cut the Guile in favor of the Fourth Growth, partially for mana fixing, partially just for the fact that like when you're in the mode where you've got a single Enchantress and you're in top deck mode, like Abundant Growth is like the best card for you to draw, and that situation comes up like all the time. So one more of those. Double Ground Seal, Gaia's Touch. I think I might have been on Exploration in the last video because I am running like some like lands in the board, but like the fact that it was making me like more vulnerable to Chalice was becoming a problem. So I'm just back on Touch. I'm down to 1 confinement and up to 3 O-Ring effects. I think there's just like a lot of decks where these are better. Like obviously predominantly Sneak and Show is like the biggest one, and I think that's like a major area where you like that's like one of the most important decks for us to focus on because it's like about 50-50. And like you can just randomly win against them by having an O-Ring in hand. So for that reason, still running 1 Eidolon, 1 Doomwake. So the board, So we got Tabernacle. I'm still trying. Pachuca Bug and Caracas. Our 2 drops pretty much the same. 3 drops. I actually have a 4th O-Ring in the board. That might be excessive, but I'm not sure. Like it's Binding because Binding is better against the grindy decks actually, and like decks that are running Abrupt Decay as well. So against both those decks, it does something strong, and it also does things the others can't do, like hit like a Goblin Ringleader or Baleful Strix, something that normally would be a waste of time to O-Ring. Like you actually get value out of it. Everything else pretty much the same. Yeah, so that said, let's play a game. So this is keepable, although obviously Chalice, a turn 1 Chalice would be pretty devastating. But we just hope they don't have that. So Hierarch probably means either Maverick or Infect. White means probably Maverick. It could be 4-color control though. Either way, we're obviously going to want a basic, and we're going to have to name green because otherwise we're pretty limited on green here. So yeah, we do have the other one if we need black there. So probably Maverick then. I don't think 4-color plays stuff. So that said, we might want to Sprawl and then Presence. Because like 1, they could have Wasteland and we'll want more mana for next turn. I think we do want to name black though. In case they don't have Wasteland. We can still Presence. What was I going to say? Yeah, like I just think we want to get Doomwake on board pretty fast here. Now he can, if he's got another land, he can still like equip an attack. But no, I'll probably just Wasteland instead. Alright, well now we're definitely glad that we have the How would Tabernacle be in this situation? Attack for 2, who cares? So, obviously you generally would like a forest in hand, but we're just going to cycle Guy's Touch for free here, and, No, I think we want to get our engine online. We're not that scared, and like, plus, like, the scariest thing you could do here would be to, kill our presence, so, alright, and there's our land, and our grass, just slow them down even more. And, you know, we have another land that can be wastelanded, but that's okay. But what I was going to say, I think I didn't finish my thought, is like I was evaluating the value of just playing Tabernacle here, but I don't think it's that strong yet. And he can attack still and get the thing, but like, who cares? So, white mana obviously can't cast it. I draw any land I could wreck Sage. I guess I just don't care about the cheetah yet. Yeah, I want to draw cards. So we're going to use the land drop so we can play safe wild growth. And I think we actually want to just well, we definitely want to we definitely want the grass to make them spend even more mana. Like, we really just want to slow them down so they can't really do anything about our game plan. I guess we might as well live in Wish here. I don't even see any black mana so far, so who knows if they've got discard. But let's go ahead and get the Doomwake for next turn. We don't need all these lands. Yeah, I guess we'll just go. Sure. But still Doomwake. So. So obviously I can't pay for this without losing a bunch of mana, so if I Doomwake here, I kill his Hierarch. Let's say he swords. Then I go to 14. He attacks for 7. It's a 2-turn clock. Like, I'm okay with that. I guess he could, like, wreck Sage. And actually, just then am I dead? No, I'm not dead. That's still 7. Right? Yeah. I mean, that seems pretty good, to be honest. If I draw a Sanctum, I can play the cast out. So I'll hold off on my land drop for a second here. Instead, I don't draw anything and cast. But I'll play a Forest so that I can't be wastelanded and I can start to get more mana going. But I do have the white for next turn. I don't need both these presences, so I'll just discard that. I would like the Forest in hand in case I draw the other guy's touch. And I really don't think I need another Enchantress. I mean, I'll trade if he wants to attack. Right? I don't think I want to go to 3. He's got to spend 3 counters to kill him, right? Can't do it with just 2. So that's a reasonable trade, I think, considering that it already killed the Hierarch as well. And I've still got the other Doomwake. Oh shit, I forgot to fucking block. Ah. I was so busy talking about it that I forgot to actually do it. I hope he doesn't have, like, a lightning bolt in hand somehow. I don't know, maybe that was the right call though. I doubt it. I mean, hold on. Well, maybe, I don't know. Maybe I'm overthinking this. It ain't that hard. I was thinking if I wanted to like play the second Doomwag, but I'm just gonna Oblivion Rain the GTA. Mystic sure as hell is going to survive this turn. Not like the Knight. But who gives a shit? It's just a Mystic. Still, I guess I keep the Doomwag as a blocker. There's no point in. Might as well get Miracle now, I suppose. 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What's the way is? We need to find that Sanctum before we can cast her. I don't know. I guess I could just discard. Like, I think any out he has kind of gets removed by me just discarding here. Whatever. All right. I mean, Maverick's a really favorable matchup. Like, I think a grass is like sometimes good, but sometimes not. And I want the Wickerbow Elder because I'm sure he brings in Canonist. And it also can hit equipment if need be. The binding. I guess it's better than cast out. I don't think I would generally want the flash against them. I don't think that really matters. Well, it could matter under Canonist, actually. So maybe that is reason enough to leave cast out here. Unless they're on black, which we didn't see in black mana, it just doesn't really do much. I think that's about the only change we need to make. Ground Seal, he probably doesn't have much that's affected by it. But, yeah, I guess he could have a Witness. More likely, I don't know, he could bring in Surgicals. More likely it just stops, like, Scavenging from getting big. But it does cycle. So that's worth something. Slow hand. He did Maul, and I'm kind of expecting to worry about Thalia and Canonist as my main causes for concern. So having all my land drops is nice, and I'm going to see a bunch of cards. I should have used a fetch line first in case it got his touch. It's a shiny. Sure. this time, I'm gonna hold on. What the fuck is this? Oh shit, stop by ground seal. What? So maybe I want to hold on to my Grandson Zenith for, to get a, to get Wicker Bow, which I can if I play the Bayou and Abundant Growth. Maybe he'll Wasteland the Bayou, assuming he doesn't have another one. And then I'll have 3, 4, 5 mana. That's enough to get the Elder, but not to use it. But I can hold off the Canonist at least from attacking. He probably doesn't have anything to kill Wicker Bow, you'd imagine. And if he doesn't Wasteland it, I can just cast it and use it. So I think I'm going to Abundant Growth first. So maybe it looks like I'm digging for lands. Ooh, I see. I don't think that changes her plan though, because like she can't do it. Like if we draw on her for the turn, I would have liked to play her obviously, but I can't play her and Green Sun for Worker Bow. He doesn't want to Wasteland. I guess that's good for us. Oh yeah. Well. Or we could just Oblivion Rain. No, but we might want to Oblivion Rain the Thalia. And we know Wicker Bow has fewer applications. 3, 5, 6. Wait. And it costs, yes, 6. It normally costs 5 mana to get it, so 6, yeah. Alright, well, we got enough. Don't source splashers. Bro. What? Who leaves? And I mean, he saw two Mike, I guess, so. That was possible, I suppose. I did tap his Wasteland, so I can Oblivion Rain, then Argothian, then do some stuff. He does have a fairly fast clock. But he did have to spend his turn swords in. Tap this for 3 white, then I Argothian, Wild Growth, that's pretty good. Oh, I can't, shit. Because of fucking Dahlia. So first, I need to Oblivion Rain. Hope he doesn't have a Disenchant. That would suck. And I guess unless he's got the Disenchant, it does also, well, it doesn't really buy a turn, but it does mean I can use my fetch land, I guess. Well, I might buy a turn, because next turn I can jump block this guy. If needs be. But a Doomwake. That's what I'd like to see. Surely he's going to wasteland me. Not much going on over there. Pride Mage, oh shit. Well, that could be game. Pride Mage could be game. Especially with wasteland. That could be game. I think. Oh, I can double block here. And what? Try to draw a Doomwake. That's still, I don't think Doomwake is enough. Well, he attacks. With all of them. He's gonna Dryad Arboretum. That actually could be it then. Yeah, that's it, isn't it? Yeah, Dryad Arbor actually makes it good. Okay. Well. That Swords to Plowshares really got me good. I don't know. Maybe you actually take out a Living Witch against them because a Canonist. Just go down to 3. What are you running instead? Maybe the Grixis. Like, they do have some mana disruption and it gets rid of Thalia, but I don't know, maybe you want to have it as a Living Witch target, but like generally your Living Witch target, I don't know if you just always have better ones, or I don't know. You have a lot of Wish targets against them. You got like Tabernacle, Argothian, Rexage, Bog, Grixis, possibly Revoker even, and then like of course Emrakul, Doomwake. Yeah, it's so many Wish targets. Like it's too many Wish targets. You can't get the ball, so like you need to bring something else in. I feel like Doomwake would be a mistake, but I don't know. Maybe it's. I don't know how strong these things are. They could have Mom, and like they're weak to Pride Mage, another removal. See, like, had that been Trial of Ambition, well, obviously he wouldn't have lost with Canonist, but like he would have permanently lost something instead of not. So I don't know. Maybe you just take out the Wishes because of Canonist and Thalia. And you just go like Rexage, Argothian, what else? Grixis. Maybe Grixis instead of a Well Growth, and like Tabernacle? No. Revoker? No. I think Heliod, if you're going to be on Doomwakes. Plus you can get Heliod like under Canonist as its own game plan. Maybe we run it like that. Turn to Enchantress on a ground seal. We do have a wicker bow, but like obviously we don't have that much gas. Still, I think since wait, we still didn't see any black, right? I don't even remember what his mana base looked like last time. It's probably like mulliganing aggressively for either Canonist or Thalia, I would imagine. since like those are pretty much his main interactions with us. So keeping a hand that's not very susceptible to those can make up for the fact that it's not that fast. They liked the card on top of their library, though, which we don't like. Of course. So, I mean, nothing complicated. We're just going to go Argothian. Then Ground Seal. Like, if he goes Dahlia here, doesn't really affect us that much. Canonist could be more of an issue. Just like, because it means like top decking like a Wild Growth, for instance, is worse. Although I don't know. I guess that was Charm Authority too. So that's a little annoying. Debatable. I think this basically would give us like an extra card next turn. But since we only get to play one spell a turn and we want to hit all our land drops, I think the card draw off of Ground Seal is more valuable. And we do know he has at least some cards that are affected by it. Plus, starting to get enchantments online means like Sanctum becomes better, which like at some point we're going to need that acceleration. I'm gonna hopefully save the Misty Rainforest to just Doom Wake on turn 5. So like next turn, I don't know. Actually, maybe we like Wickerbow on turn 5. Especially if he plays just a, if he plays another creature here, I think we grass. If he doesn't, maybe just Argothian. That could be problematic if that's what this is. Okay. Got it. Maybe he has me on RIP Helm, but Gaddock doesn't do anything to me. So, I don't know. If we grass, we get a card and some time. But I can't keep it around. I'm going to need the mana next turn for Wickerbow. I think I just want to get my Argothian out, actually. Like, I don't think they have any way of sweeping that I can imagine. So let's get the second Enchantress out. Well, we can't really do anything else particularly useful. I'd actually kind of like to draw a another land, because I don't want to. I have to get a Bayou, I think, but I don't want to. It's another clock's actually getting pretty significant. I mean, I could wait till end of turn or like in a response. Shit, no, but like, if he like main phase, I was thinking like next turn, if I like wait till his end of turn and he hasn't cast a spell yet, he could like respond to my fetch land by Swordsing the Doomwake Giant, or the Wickerbow, I mean, which I do not want, obviously. Like I really need to kill that Canonist. But like he's obviously going to have the ability to knight for a wasteland, but I don't know if I'm that. Like I think if I can kill Canonist, I can like pretty reliably like draw into something that will get me black mana to get the Doomwake online. So I think we just pass the turn. Don't press 6, because then they could just Swords to Plowshares. And if they Swords to Plowshares him now, I get a 2-for-1 and 4 life, which is fine by me. What I'm more worried about is if he has a second Canonist, that could be a problem. Well, that would obviously be a problem. But I think aside from that, we're fine. Like Athalia even is okay. Like it's not great, obviously. But like unless he has another Canonist, I think we're fine. And he can't have that thing that gets it back because I got Ground Seal. So he needs to have a real. That's my metaphor. Well, obviously he's gonna use Knight, I guess. But for what? Guy's Cradle, maybe? I don't know. Like Ghost Quarter yields no value. Right now I don't have any auras. Or is he just like getting the Knight ready for like a big swing next turn? Oh, that seems kind of pointless because like I do have chump blockers. Unless he's got Mom. Okay, so Cradle, yeah. And then what? Sanctum Prelate. Alright, well, that could be annoying if he names 1. Yeah, Prelate's actually way more annoying than Chalice because you can't even cast them, so like if they're countered, I don't necessarily care as much. I still like. I really hope he doesn't name 1. I hope he names like 3 or 2. Good, thank God. Okay. Alright. 0 cards in hand, we made it through. There's not even a Thalia in play. Thank God he named the wrong number. Like, I feel like, you know, from his perspective, I understand why he would name 3. And, like, with some hands, that might be the right number. But I sure am glad he didn't name 1. I'll take that 2 damage, that's fine. Huh, can't cast that presence, so joke's on me. Black mana, there we go. Alright. But right now, it doesn't actually kill anything. I need to draw like a Sanctum or maybe like a Gaia's Touch to actually get ahead in mana because like the only things. Okay, there we go. But I can't get black mana and well shit. So I guess fuck. That means that I have to take like a bunch of damage. Well, look, I play the Argothian because I'm definitely chump blocking this turn. At least 1 night. And I need to be able to draw cards next turn. So I draw the fetch, and like during my main phase next time, I get the Bayou. Unless it would be a real kick in the teeth if I draw the Bayou. I get the Bayou. And then drop the Sanctum, Doom Wake, try to find like a 1 or 2 minute enchantment to kill the Prelate and the Gaddock Teak. I mean, I don't actually care about the Gaddock Teak, but it will kill the Prelate. Alright, so weird. Well, grass at least will cost him something. Like, at least to get, like, try to get free damage off the Prelate and the Teak. Obviously, like, tapping it to attack with 2 7/7s is, like, fine for him. I'll chump 1. Because otherwise I can't use my fetch lands. Unless he just, haha, Zealous Persecutions. No, he's not a black. Okay. That'd be savage. That would, in fact, just be game. That's all his mana. Okay. I'll go to 11. If I jump block 1, or sorry, I'll go down by 11. I'll go to 4. I think that's okay. I think. Like, he can't play anything else. He can't play a land and a bomb, obviously. So that's 7, 9, 11. I guess since I, like, have the Sanctum, there's no point in not paying for the grass. It could matter. Theoretically, especially if he loses guys, his cradles lose value. Man, you draw something good here, a 1 or 2 mana enchantment, or I think, well, maybe we're not dead, but we're damn close to it. I'll leave the, maybe I should leave the white floating, but there's not 2 mana enchantment I can cast. No, I guess there's no point in not just leaving it green. But I have plenty of green. So I guess I might as well. I really need to draw something I can cast off of this, or I'm in a lot of trouble here. Okay, there we go. That's alright, I'm actually okay with that. Kill one of them, then we have to deal with the one. How much mana do I have? Just the 3, huh? Alright. Yeah, let's kill one. And I'll definitely like chomp with an Argothian this turn rather than the Doomwake. Let's see, somehow prevents that. Because I need the Doomwake online. And I do not need all these lands, so I'll tell you that right now. That is obviously useless. That is useless. I obviously need the Sanctum. I kind of want the Forest. I guess I don't need the Savannah if I've got the Sanctum and an Abundant Growth. Bum, bum, bum. Bum, 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 bum. Actually, if he top decks a Canada's, I'm still in trouble. I don't have any answer right now. I mean, I guess I can like just play a grass to buy more time. Just run into disruption or another Canada's. It's a big old boy, big old knight. Yup. So he just passes here. I guess there's no point in keeping up the grass. Okay, good. Another answer for a knight. I think there's a little point in trying to whittle this guy down with Doomwake. It's just not going to happen, so might as well. And I think I still have one more Oblivion Rain effect in the deck for, like, I don't know, whatever he has that's scary. Okay, well, there's Heliod. I'd like to get him out. Probably doesn't have another Wasteland, because if I can untap, like, that's pretty much it. With Heliod, I mean. Devotion 3, still safe. I'm going to do this just because if he has another Wasteland, I need more white sources. Like right now, if that gets Wastelanded, I actually only have one white, and I need to be able to start making guys with Heliod. Actually, that might have been a reason to keep this line around, but oh well. And maybe Utopia Sprawl maybe in white, and then Green Sun Zenith for 0, just to get the, shit, I accidentally passed, oh well. Alright, well, I don't need all these Enchantresses. I don't need all these lands. I do need the Green Sun Zenith point effect. Okay, you don't have to waste them. Okay, well then it's pretty much over. Play land and go. Alright, you got there. Yeah, I mean at this point there's nothing you can do because I can always just Heliod and speed with Doomwake, so yeah, there's nobody else that I can imagine. Anyway. Sure. I really like Heliod as a kill condition in this deck. Also, he doesn't get around Overwhelming Splendor, but he does get around Humility as a Living Wish target. Another one that obviously wasn't going to be great in the invocation list, given the legendary thing. You got it, mate. And also, like, he obviously can't destroy it because it's indestructible. And he can't Swords to Plowshares it because it's never going to have Devotion. So, it is a very difficult to deal with. Like, you know, you could Council's Judgment, I guess. I doubt he's playing it, given, you know, Thalia and everything. So obviously we're going to have to do this in a turn. I want to get that one online first. Since it's an enchantment, it will increase our enchantment count. Now he's going to destroy whatever it is that he's going to destroy, because otherwise his Pride Mage dies. But that's okay. It's probably going to be Demon Wink, of course. It still doesn't change anything. Alright. So that's that. One down. I mean, Maverick's a favorable matchup, especially if they're not on black, although, you know, Canonist, Thalia, and Sanctum Prelate, like, you know, together you're looking at, you know, and Wastelands, and obviously it doesn't have forwards, but, like, Knight is, like, not a joke. Even though, like, you know, you're generally Wasteland resilient, like, the fact that just Knight gets so big so fast means Grass is not as good in that matchup as it is, like, in Death and Taxes. So, you know, so they can win it, especially, like, post-board. Like, game one is very, very hard for them. But, like, the Canonists come in. I don't know if the Thalia is their main deck or not. What's our handy-dandy? Yeah, Thalia is their main deck. It's like, you know, assuming he's on this, like, no, this is black, so. Is there a green and white one? Never saw Mother of Runes, maybe just cited it out, because it isn't great against us. Yeah, dies really easily to Doomwake. I guess the more Oblivion Runes you run, the better it is against you. But, yeah. So this is a hand that you would want Triad Arbor in. I'm on the play. Doubt I would be keepable in the draw. If it's a fair deck, I've got a lot of threats. If it's not a fair deck, I've got Grass. If it's a combo deck, I've got Wish, but I'm probably just too slow with this hand. But I think you keep it for the threat density. Given that I'm not going to be doing anything, I guess I'll just give them some doubt as to what it is I'm playing exactly. No reason to reveal information just yet. Basic Island Go. I think it's funny that in a format with so many, see, like, with just the basic island, it would be the only thing, like, that would make any sense Living Wish for is Argothian, but I've already got 3 Enchantresses, so there's no point to that. I'm going to hold on to my Wish and go. And now I reveal Basic Forest, and they can probably start to make some guesses. I would probably guess Turbo Depths at this point. Very Sneak and Show. Which actually... I haven't done any digging. I think I'm gonna play Savannah and Green Sun Zenith. That way, if they have like a if they have a counter, they'll put me on Maverick, which might make them make some bad decisions. I mean, I would put me on Maverick here. Nope, shit. My ruse didn't work. I mean, I also got Enchantress online, so I guess that's good. But I'm a little bit worried about what they are on and or doing. Maybe they're on our best hope is that they're on one of the grindy decks, either Miracles most likely. And they were gonna like Swords of Plowshares, what I got. Now they can't. That's their number one hope. Yeah, they're on Miracles. Nice. But they did Portent, so they could be setting up a Terminus that they shuffled after brainstorming, right? Yes. So they just have the 3 cards naturally on top. That could be Terminus. So, yeah, it could happen, but not the end of the world. Is it? No. Well, then we laid off with the presence. If it gets countered, we still draw a card. Like, since we got a draw with the Argothian, we're in a pretty good spot. And then we drew another land, like, so back to basics wouldn't hurt us too much. Yeah, this is looking like pretty solid. I mean, there's no other deck that runs Portent, so they're definitely on Miracles. Like, watch me somehow be wrong, but like, there's just no other deck that cares about Portent's unique set of skills. Sure. So odd that he didn't do this in response to the presence to try to draw that Force of Will, because like, he definitely got one card he hadn't seen. But how much care for is it? It's Counterbalance. Okay, sure. It's a little too late for Counterbalance to be relevant. Like, it's questionable at the best of times, but if he gets it early, it can be a pain, especially if like that first one he hits the blind flip. I don't care about maintaining this. Like, it can be okay against monks, but like right now I'm just trying to draw cards. Like, I'll just play this if there's a 1 on top. Feels Terminus. Well, there goes my girl. Well, Ground Seal's good to draw against them because it shuts off Snapcasters and it just draws tons of cards. So I like that. And we know that there's a Terminus on top. You could have another Brainstorm. And that's a little sad. I do want Terminus to resolve, or I want Ground Seal to resolve. Oh, that's right, I can Terminus now. Alright. Right. Sure, that's cool. But I did get to draw a card because I had priority. So this is a matchup that for a while I was running, because it was like the most played deck for a while in the immediate post Deathrite metagame. So I was running Kamal because like post board they don't have Swords of Plowshares, so like they can't kill except for mass removal, and then you turn all their lands into creatures. But that spot became Heliod. Heliod, you can't bring it in for Green Sun Zenith, but it's a better wish target because it's an enchantment. What did he reveal? Search for Resident Countess. I can't Argothian or Living Wish here. I can Abundant Growth. That'll resolve. I'd like to draw a Wild Growth. Or Utopia Sprawl. No? Alright. Well, but I do have 2 answers next turn for Counterbalance that like also can fight through Counterbalance because they're at different costs, although I don't have the mana for them both. Alright. I'm going to discard Confinement. don't think I need Green Sun plus all these other threats. Like Zenith's okay because it gets around counterbalance a little easier, but like I already have a pretty diverse curve in my hand, so I'm not that worried about it. Like the key to getting 3 counterbalance is just to like alternate so they can't get too much value out of it. And like, you know, keep in mind all your enchantments also cycle, so like, you know, he's getting like less value than I am generally. Like he needs Brainstorm really to actually like make it good. Like at this point, he can Snapcaster Brainstorm because poor Groundsseal didn't get to resolve. But so I mean, I do think. Let's see. I'll probably like start with Argothian and then O-Rain. Let him try to counter the Argothian. And because I'm not playing in multiple, like I'm not that concerned if he does Terminus it. I mean, the only thing that's like a little scary right now is like that he drew all these Brainstorms. Like that means counterbalance is actually like strong as opposed to like pretty random and not that threatening. But like I said, he can't stop them both unless he has the 4th Brainstorm in hand. And then like if he Force of Wills, okay, then he loses 2 cards, I draw a card, I'm okay with it. There's no real point in playing my land yet because it doesn't run days and I can't get around Spell Pierce. Good, Utopia's Pro. I need to start generating more mana so that I can play more things. Because another thing is like if you're only playing 1 threat a turn, it's a lot easier for them to deal with you due to like counterbalance and Snapcaster. But like more, like even though like you don't want too much mana, you do want the ability to like play multiple threats in a turn. What do I name here? I've got Abundant Growth and another White Source, but like he could play. Now Back to Basics would be terrible for him. Still, I think I might need more white. I could end up wishing for Heliod not that far in the future, so more white would be good then. Now, I wasn't able to stop him from getting Search, but like Search is less scary than Counterbalance. Like it's so much mana. And then like half the time he'll only have enough mana left to like force him well, and then he's losing the card advantage he's gaining. And he just doesn't have that many relevant cards against me, especially game 1. Let's play Presence. Like he could have an Engineered Explosives, but probably not. Well, I mean, he probably has 1 in the deck. There's like a 2/3 chance or something like that, based on the deck lists I've seen. But three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. So that's enough to cast Heliod and make a guy. I might just do that, because like, even if he does explosives at that point, if Heliod resolves, like, I don't see him long-term getting out of the situation. Oh my god, I played the wrong fucking land. I thought the Sanctum was already in play. Okay, well, given that I did that, I guess I'll just... actually, maybe I'll just leave Cast Out open, because I think I'm not really scared of much. I'm a little scared of him, like, Explosive and getting counterbalance back, and then I can end a turn, Cast Out. And like if he chases, I can hit that, or what's it? Teferi, the other guy. And otherwise, I don't think he has a way out of this game if he doesn't do any of those things. I really wish that ground sealed was enough. Alright. So he can do that and Brainstorm and Escenta, and that does give him, like, you know, plus 3 cards next turn. But we have a really full grip and more threats in hand and a lot of mana on board. So, I'm not that worried about it. What you got? Of course I will. Okay. He's probably digging for explosives, I would imagine, if he has it. Like, I don't know what else brings him back in the game. It's interesting that he's not like casting Jace or anything, doing anything otherwise relevant with his turn. Do I cast out here? I mean, I still have one more Arena effect, and I think the mana might be relevant, and the cards might be relevant. I think I might as well. Obviously, like, the Snapcaster itself is not relevant to, you know, hit, but sure. Oh no. I'll start with Yargothian, so that I'm drawing 3 cards. Just to make sure that I do go off and don't, like, randomly whiff. Or just bite the Force of Will. That's fine. Okay. Actually, probably should have put it on that forest, but because, like, I might want, I don't know yet what color I want to tap the abundant growth for, so I might want to hold on to that to, whereas, like, the wild growth lands you usually tap first, so that if you draw more wild growth, you get to tap them and put that on a untapped land, and thus draw more cards and make more mana. The basics of going off with Enchantress. But, let's see. Like, double touch, I think, means that I do just Emrakul this turn. Like, the question is how much mana I can generate beforehand to fight through my Living Wishes through his Force of Will. Because obviously Emrakul itself you can't do anything about. So just looking for more wild growth, like that. I do need to wrap it up quickly, though. I don't want this to take forever, because Miracles is a slow matchup. We're both slow decks. Okay. So now we play this item and see what the count is, because it's quicker than counting ourselves. 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Yeah, so we have plenty to fight through Force of Will. Even if he's got 2, well, then we need to find another one, but, you know. Okay. He could theoretically, I guess, have 3, which would be like a little scary. Okay, well, I can't tap that, so so now we have 13, 17, 18 mana. Wait, 13, 14, 18. So if we draw a wish here, wait, we can still do it because the wild growth is 3. Where the fuck are these wild growth? There we go. Living Wish. Does he have another force? That appears in such a bad spot. 13, 14, 15. None of these matter except Grixis Zenith, maybe. Certainly, well. Right, 3 cards, 3 Enchantresses. I'm fine, I don't die yet. I haven't played my land. Cancel. Holy shit, that was the wrong fucking thing. Grixis Zenith. Grixis Zenith. Man, I thought that was a fucking elephant crest that I accidentally misclicked on. And something that needed a target. Now we live in Wish for Caracas, so we'll just do that again. I don't know if he was a gentleman, he'd skip here, but that's okay. Okay. It wasn't really hairy, but you know, avoiding decking and watching the clock is a lot. So I do think that well, Confinement comes out first of all. Guy's Touch can come out. Like we care about it less against this deck than like Delver decks, like with more mana-based disruption. Like you want more business spells. So Chokes obviously come in. Wickerbow comes in to deal with counterbalance. Yannick is very strong, stronger than Grass. But like he probably has a mentor, even though we didn't see it. So like, I think 3 Grass is right. I think one of these should become binding, but I don't know which one. Like I think Cast Out actually, like, because he could have Canonist. So maybe never really gonna want to cast into an empty field. So I guess the theoretical drawbacks of Banishing Light are more than of Oblivion Ring. So like Healight's obviously a great witch target. Doomwake's like okay. Reclamation Sage is super situational. Argothian's obviously first. Bog is okay. Emerald's obviously like very, very situational. Revoker I'm like never really stoked about. Like that almost, like we almost ran out of kill cons, but not really, and that's like just not likely to happen. And like we do have like even Wicker Bow, and Doomwake can theoretically get there if we draw them earlier, so I think I'd rather have Heliod as a wish target. Because you do have to like also with these decks that are like disruption, they're gonna like generally try to target, counter, and deal with your wish targets, because then your like wishes lose value, your future wishes. Obviously we mulligan this. I guess we keep this. It's got 2 threats. I don't need that land. And acceleration. And Ground Seal is like actually a threat against them, like cycles and stops Snapcaster. That's super relevant, like in this super card advantage based matchup. Unless they've got like the super fast mentor hand. But they could have also brought in Surgical. That often happens. I guess I do have more white cards than black, so we'll name white. I had to like remember what I was on, the list I was on, but yeah, I've got like 3 Overrain effects and only the 1 Doomwake. I guess that's everything that matters in the off colors in this matchup. Yeah, that's it. That's the only things. And then wish targets, obviously. So, you know, he could have Counterspell or Spell Pierce, but, you know, you just, we do have extra threats, so, like, we're okay with running this one out. We can play, like, Living Wish or Argothia next turn, or, like, Living Wish, and if it gets countered with Ground Seal. And because of Ground Seal, also, we're, like, less worried about, like, playing 1 threat a turn, like, being a problem, because we can stop Snapcasters, which is a big part of that strategy for them. Yeah. So maybe we actually lead with a Ground Seal, so we can't be Spell Pierced. And then if we draw another business spell, we can like Living Wish, and if it gets Spell Pierced, okay. But then our wishes don't lose value. Fast Mentor hand. Could be a problem. I think I want to Binding it. Like, and even if he disenchants, it slows him down. And if he doesn't disenchant, I shut off his other thing. Like, cause actually, like a turn 3 Mentor is like one of the situations where like I've lost the most against them. Do they have another force? It's a lot of forces. But no, not much gas left in hand. So next turn we can actually just like Ground Seal and wish for a Doomwake, and then do, you know, Windsweep Teeth for the Bayou the following turn, depending on what we draw, obviously. Like the scariest thing now is if he can just like keep drawing cantrips and chain them into like potentially lethal next turn. Like he's got 5 this turn. But if he keeps drawing cantrips, it's possible. Important. Less good because it doesn't immediately replace itself. So that's probably the end of the cantrip chain, but that's still 7 damage, which is quite a bit. Ground Seal will at least make Snapcaster not a spell that triggers Mentor, so it could buy us some time. If I draw another Overrain effect, I'm going to play it. Doomwake would be good here too. Actually, Tabernacle? Man, I mean, I have 2. I could definitely Tabernacle. I think I'm going to do it. Shit. Like, even Yeah, Tabernacle's actually really good here. Really good, actually. I should have expected a Spell Pierce, but I still have my Wish. Right? And I really don't care about the Monk token. And he's now down to 1 card in hand, 3 creatures that if he wants to save. So, like, I mean, the most effective would be, I guess, for him to save 2 and then cast another cantrip. And that's still 5 damage. So that's a 3-turn clock. Now he's going to pay for all of them. So does he not have any business, I guess? No, he only knows 1 card on top of his library, right? So he doesn't know if he's going to draw land and a cantrip. Yeah. That's good for the Dimwag. So he needs the Force of Will, really. And I obviously wouldn't mind paying 1 mana for my Dimwag. Man, lots of wishes. Pretty useful in this matchup. Wasn't expecting Tabernacle to be like a particularly relevant card in this matchup of all of them. But it's doing alright here. Doing alright. So now he has to lose 1 if he wants to keep STP mana open to save his Mentor. Which he doesn't, unless he's got... Yeah, we'll see. He's got a Force of Will, though. Could be in trouble. Oh my god, that's savage. That's so savage. Well, either way, we'd have been in trouble with the Force of Will. Nice. That's so good. That is so good. Do I live in Wish here? Like, I think I do. Just go for it, man. What's he gonna do at this point? Do need my black mana. I mean, obviously getting like lands at this point isn't amazing because I mean getting creatures because I do have to pay for them, but like whatever. I'm just gonna kill him with Dimwag. He's choked out. He's gonna lose all his guys. That's a great interaction right there. Choke plus Tabernacle. Lots. Lols. Maybe I just Green Sun's Zenith here for Eidolon. Because I want to start drawing cards. I don't have many cards. There's no point in doing Dimwag yet. I'd rather get some value out of it. And the Argot's not going to get any value. Ooh, I could get Wicker Bow or Gaddock Teak. But I'm mainly, like, the only thing that he has out of this is, like, he could have a Wear Tear, but Choke's already kind of done its damage. Yeah. You might as well get a bunch of damage across. Can't Snapcaster. Now, yeah, I don't know. Might be a little greedy, but I'm going to draw a ton of cards. So, that's good. I like drawing tons of cards. And even if he does like Terminus, Scalding Turn can't get a basic plan, so it has to get a Tundra that'll be tapped. And all the wishes. Should I just go ahead and get like Emrakul now? 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I guess I don't really need it, right? It's a kill con at this point, probably. But I'm really a long ways off from casting it. But I kind of do want to have it while I can resolve a Living Wish, to be honest. And if I draw a bunch of cards, I can discard it. I'm just like worried about like a situation like last time where like if he does find a way out of this, like, and then I'm actually out of wishes, because that was all of them. Really wasn't expecting to use one on Tabernacle, but there you go. It's a wacky old format. I don't have that much white mana, so if he wants to lose 2 lands and a creature trading with Eidolon, I'm fine with it. One, two, three, four, 5. Guess I might as well increase my clock and draw those cards that I want. Discount it. Maybe I'll draw green. Alright. Just mark rid of it. As before, let him, well, he could get a plant, so he'd only lose 1 land, but I'm okay with that as well. Because I don't care that much about the Eidolon. But because he does have the ability to get a basic plans, maybe I don't walk into Terminus. I think I'm already kind of open to Terminus here, but let's reduce those odds a little bit. I guess we have to. Why not? Man, I keep miscounting how much mana I have. Like there's just some value, I guess, in making it so when I draw a Sanctum and an Emrakul, it's over. In case he does Terminus, which, yeah, we'll see. I mean, they think that's the only thing that does anything in this situation. Unless he has like an end of turn wear too. Which would also be alright. But, I guess there's no reason not to put him in there. And again, we're just trying to increase our Sanctum value at this point. Alright, well there's the Sanctum, so do we still... We have 20 cards left, so we don't need to like do the whole Emrakul thing, we're fine. I'm not saying really getting out of Lush. Didn't even get a... didn't have the courtesy to get a basic plans. Sure, of course. Yeah, I mean, like, what's he gonna do? On the other hand, we have time left. There's no reason not to just play it safe and Emrakul in case somehow, like, the ground seals get destroyed. So we don't need the ground seals. We don't need all these lands. We don't need elephant grass. 2 Enchantresses is probably fine. I don't think we need to do my giant. I guess I also didn't want him to be able to predict my choke away. Get value out of that somehow, you know. I was going to say, I think he actually has to bounce rather than draw in order to not just be immediately dead. I guess I can kill the Jace with that on. It probably doesn't matter. Like, I definitely don't think he can get out of this somehow. Yeah, it's interesting because like this is one of those games where like he could have won off of Mentor, being aggressive, but Tabernacle really came through, especially with Choke. Yeah, that's fine. I'm fine with that. How many cards left? We got 3 Enchantresses in play. I guess we. How much is this tapping for? Not enough yet. That we can be all frivolous with our white mana. There it is. There she is. Miss America. Usually they don't make you bother to waste time clicking on the target if there's only one. What are we at now? 13, 14, 15. Perfect. That is perfect. Okay. Well, we got there in time. It was a little grindy. Mostly because of, you know, ducking concerns. And Tabernacle really shining. I don't know if it's shown that much for me so far, so that was cool. And against miracles of all things. Alright, 2-0, good start. Let's hope the good matchups continue. Severu, I've definitely played him as well, or them. Who knows? I guess I should say. Man. Acceleration, land drops, an extra card. But, no actual threats. It might be relevant to know what they played last time. Oh. 1-0. That's unlikely. Who the fuck knows? Something blue-black. Which would generally require threats more than an assurance. Yeah. Alright, I guess. Well, we need that land for sure. Maybe they're on Grixis control and we can just win based off the strength of that matchup. But being down a card and having a pretty weak hand isn't great in any matchup. I think I might cycle the cast out. To be honest. Depends on what they do on their turn, of course. Delver of Secrets. Well, they're either on Grixis. I mean, I guess they could be on Jeskai, but more likely they're on Grixis or they're on Canadian. If they're on Canadian, am I walking into a stifle? I don't know how much I can do about it. I guess I don't get the Savannah then, just because like I can't afford to get Wasteland in here. There's that point, I guess. I don't want to actually decrease my chances of drawing land, even though it doesn't statistically matter much at all. So let's just go ahead and see if they got that stifle. They don't. Okay. I don't actually know what my plan was here. Living Wish for a land? God, that's so bad. I can't Pajuka Bog. Well, it's gonna be split first anyway. Oh no, it's getting dazed. And they're setting up their Delver. It's good value. Good value for that play. So I guess they're in Grixis. Force it well. I'm actually okay with it. I think. Maybe I'm not okay with it. But it could be worse. Like, they didn't force the will of the target, just the wish itself. Which I guess makes sense, since, like, I'm on double force, so they could think I'm on turbo depth. It's probably more common than Enchantress. Especially with Living Wish. Trying to get that their threshold. So Bog would be cool. If I got another Living Wish, I guess I could Bog. I'd rather have a land, though, or even a Wild Growth. Wild Growth would be fine, because the Wasteland would generate mana. And I could still Presence or GSE. I'm actually not that bothered by like a Thoughtseize. Okay, well, that's not scarier. Okay, that's actually okay. I think I need black. And now I'm open to, well, I was open to Wasteland. I think Presence is better, because if it does resolve, I can do my next turn. It probably won't. Oh, nice. And I mean, like, he probably Wasteland. If he doesn't have that, he doesn't have, like, Force for Days or whatever, he probably has Wasteland. That's a lot of damage. That's a 2-turn clock coming right at me. Really hope he doesn't have Wasteland. Oh, nice. What am I looking at? 3. I think I got the free card and the free mana first. God, do I like? I think I'm pretty fucked if he draws a wasteland. So maybe I just like walk this in anyway, because he obviously doesn't have it right now. I'm real behind, and I had like a single force. That's 7 mana. That is enough to Oblivion and cast out, which means I get another turn. Even if he counters this. Really hope he doesn't draw a wasteland for the turn. That would suck. Which to hit, which to hit, which to hit. So that puts me on a 3-turn clock. That puts me on a 2-turn clock. So it seems obvious, but I could always draw grass next turn. So I don't think it is that obvious. Plus I can chump block the Angler with his Argothian I'm going to get if it resolves. So, So I think you do take the plus like if he does, he has no way to get rid of them, so that's not a factor. Not main deck. Yeah, I think you do have to hit the Dell. Now, do I GSC or do I cast out? I think it's the days. Oh shit! Okay. Well then, it's not a choice. But he is playing Stifle and Grixis. That's interesting. I don't see that too much. No, I'm just dead. Pretty rude of him to slow roll me like that. No, I guess I won't pay the 2. Is it a land and an elephant grass? No. Alright. You got one. We had a pretty weak hand. We almost got there anyway, that Stifle. So I think I'm going to take one of the rings out, probably the expensive one, given that Stifle is there. Obviously grass is going to be strong here. He'll probably just up Surgical from the board, which is okay, but not great. Shrug is better. Get would only stop Force. I doubt that I need any artifact destruction. Like maybe they have Bitter Blossom, but like grass is already really good against that. If they were on the play, like it might be right. Like I do this against Canadian, I take out the wishes. But if I'm on the play, I don't think it's that's like as good. Maybe it's right to take one wish out though, because they are kind of expensive against them. And like I don't think he has like I need to worry too much about like kill conditions because like I don't think he could even resolve like deal with a resolve Doomwake. So maybe that Grand Seal can come back in. I mean the Ages could come in. Like, it might be an alright wish target, but I guess I got fewer wishes, so I doubt I'd spend it on it. So yeah, I guess Ages is probably better. Like he probably has discard. The blocking might like I could jump block with it if I need to, and it does draw cards obviously. Yeah, with an Enchantress, I mean. Wish my hands were better. Okay. I don't need So since I only have one threat to walk into Zenith into days, I mean I think since like if he untaps he could have Spell Pierce and have more chances to draw Force of Will that you do, but you're not happy about it. Not happy at all. I guess Force of Will, so that didn't matter. So it's better to play it sooner than later. Well, we need to start drawing threats, and not mana. Okay, I'm gonna play this grass early. Like, I've got a lot of mana. And I can't spell Pierce it or anything now. It'll buy me a lot of time. I was thinking about whether to daze it. That would make no sense. But by all means. Or whether to force it. That would make more sense. But I won't be that unhappy about it. I'd be kind of unhappy. Maybe it was actually right to use the fetch land thing. If I were him, I'd probably take out the stifles, but I'm not him. Maybe he left them in. That's fine. This clock is really slow, so I've got plenty of time to draw threats. Like that. However, that does put me in the awkward position where, like, stifle hurts now. I wish I had, in fact, used that fetch when he was fetch. And the reason that I'm, well, he doesn't have Edict mana open, but, yeah, actually, I guess because he doesn't have Edict mana open, I didn't need to craft the fetch yet. But I was worried about, like, this resolving and then, like, having to pass priority so I could get Edicted. That's just sort of, like, a reflex of mine. But he doesn't have the mana open, of course. I don't think there's anything instant he can do for 1 mana. Oh man, should I have gotten white there? I probably should have gotten Savannah. I think. It's not that big a deal. Yeah, I should have gotten the Savannah. That was dumb. Yeah, that was actually like a pretty big mistake. That could cost me. I mean, I do have a lowered white count now, like 3 spells, but you know, it was still a realistic concern. So I'm gonna just tap out for that 3 damage. All right. It's kind of signaling that his hand is shit. And probably just additional threats that like will just run into grass. So as long as I keep this grass up, I've got a fair bit of time. So I'm definitely like willing to pay 2 for it. Man, he could have like Marsh Casualties. He doesn't have double black yet, but he could just have another land in hand. I think because my mana is going to be really tight, because I'm going to have to pay 3 for grass. Like, I can't afford to Argothian N, so I'm going to have to just take the chance that, like, he probably just runs, like, 1 casualties, if he runs it at all. And he might not even have the double black. So I think it's better to just take the risk right now, because the grass is going to cost me 3, and I'm definitely going to want to pay it. So I've got 3 more turns. I need to draw a white source or a enchantment. Obviously, besides the other remaining 3 non-green enchantments that I can't cast. Okay, perfect. That's perfect. Pyromancer's not like the single best thing to hit, but it can't be stifled right now, so and it is gonna buy me time. So let's avoid daze. Okay, even if he double dazes, that like still saves me a life because now he can't attack with both creatures. Weird that he would start with the daze, especially since like all these tokens don't matter because of grass. I mean, I guess. No, I don't know. I don't know what his thought process is. So if he doesn't draw, like, if he doesn't have another black source and marsh casualties this turn, I think I'm actually good to just drop the grass and have, like, I'm going to draw another grass, or like even the ability to cast Doomwake or Confinement this turn. And 4 mana obviously is quite a lot. That said, I am going to be... I do need a Confinement, because like Devil Bolt could also get me. I think we do need green. We're going to need a lot of green to try to go off here. Well, that does give you some protection against Bolt. Holy shit, man. Where's my grasses or Doomwakes or Living Wishes? I think I draw one eventually, right? I'm 2/3 of the way through the deck. Holy shit. Sure, still here. There we go. Shit. For a second. I think I need black here. And I can Living Wish for Doomwake. I still don't have a fucking saint. So like first I'll grass. Okay, that's step one. Seriously? Alright. Okay. Man, I don't know if I actually could have won that. Well, I don't know what's in his hand, but like obviously I was gonna have to do some chumping that turn, and I'm gonna have a million mana next turn. But like I guess yeah. No, I mean like I double chump with the Argothians. It's fine. I keep the Aegis around so that he needs triple bolts. plenty of mana to play more Enchantresses next turn. I guess Marsh Casualties. No, he can't Marsh Casualties me because of Aegis. So, so that's fine. So because he's on the play, I'm going to take out Living Wish so that so that my curve is lower. Like even though I'm bringing into my, but like in general, it's going to be cheaper than like wishing for whatever it is I would get. Now, is Double Doom like a sufficient kill condition, especially without Sterling Grove? That's a real question. Heliod's a little slow against Delver. Man, I do lose the ability to get Tabernacle though, which seems so good against Pyromancer, especially with Choke. So I don't know, maybe I don't do that against this version. Leave it at 3 though, because like it is kind of expensive, so you don't really want multiple, especially early. Yeah, actually, maybe just run it like that. Just because it's Tabernacle, I think, is what tilts me towards that decision. Maybe that's wrong. Maybe the potential blow of Tabernacle isn't worth the increase in the curve. That's an interesting hand. Sure hope he doesn't have therapy. I think I keep it. Double threat. No off-green mana, but it's got a fast start. Hope he doesn't blind flip. Blind flipping is usually like the difference between like having an extra turn and not. So like it's kind of annoying that like so much of it comes down to you know, whether he gets lucky or not. He would daze this if he could. Can he? Did draw enough threat, that's good. So like next turn I think I'm actually going to double growth actually. I need that mana. I need it real bad. Didn't flip. He probably takes Choke here, I imagine. Which is unfortunate. Because like we were talking about, it does decrease the value of Living Wish coming up if I draw it. Like, yeah, Choke Tabernacle. So, I don't know, it's taking an Enchantress. So that probably means I guess he has like a Force of Will hand or another Thoughtseize, I don't know. I mean, I'd be more afraid of the Choke myself, but still hasn't had a chance to set up his draw, so he's still relying on a blind flip. Okay, well now we need white mana. I don't think they play him Sharks. I'm not that worried about like preserving cards in hand. I'm more worried about avoiding days, avoiding spell pierce, getting mana on board so that I can play my threats. We're getting lucky that he had a double no flip, so that's, I don't know if that's 2 turns, but it's at least a turn that bonus. Okay, good, we got a white source. I think you do lead with the presence. And hold on to the fetch, I think, because like obviously he could stifle, but he could also wasteland, and I do need to get a white source. Alright, and like we could just pass because obviously we can't play either of these yet. The next turn we'll get something online. I think he lead with the Choke. Like he would have countered the presence if he could have, and if he can't counter the Choke, that just increases the value of like everything that we do thereafter. Wow, no flip yet, jeez. Okay, we're getting pretty lucky here. No denying it. Ah, so, okay, that's pretty good. I'm glad I saved the Oblivion Ring. Does walk into, Wasn't expecting Winter Orb. You do see it in Canadian. Wasn't expecting it in Grixis. But we know from here on out to stack our wild growths better. Or more focused. Which might have been the... Okay, thank God. We got a land, which means that we can actually play around days and still have... So I think we go for the Oblivion Ring. Like, even if he spell pierces, he's losing 9 extra land. We'll not necessarily get to, you know, we'll have... And then the next turn we'll untap Wild Growth. If we don't draw anything, we'll... Yeah, I don't know. Maybe it's right, actually, to take the Delver. Well, let's see if it resolves first, I guess. And then make that decision. So Winter Orb does decrease the value of his wastelands, though, so that's kind of interesting, I think. And if he just has the Spell Pierce, actually we'll have 3 mana next turn and we can still choke. We do get the card. Okay, so we don't get the Oblivion Ring, but okay. But next turn we can choke. So then he just has colorless mana. Winter Orb is going to be a problem that we need to deal with, especially because we didn't bring in... Well, we do have Living Wish, I guess, still. So Winter Orb does make it good that we still have that Surgical. Oh, shit. Well, that doesn't do that much damage. Wild Growth obviously is a pointless target. That only hits 1 thing. Presence only hits 2. Blood Ring doesn't hit anything. Yeah, Inverted Catacombs. I recently actually changed my mana base to be 1 of each of the green fetches, so like there's literally no value in that. Not that scared of Surgical right now. I am more scared of this Delver now that he's flipped. It's a 5-turn clock. I guess we are once again days proof with our choke, which we will go for. That said, we do need to also draw. Ooh. Okay, well, I think we do have to go for it. Like, we're probably going to want to find a land drop, and, like, obviously we're going to stack these now. Okay, well, that's okay, too. It is going to, at a minimum, buy us time. Especially with Choke and Winter Orb in play. And if he wants to, like, Wasteland the Sanctum, he's going to lose his only non-choke mana. So that's going to be awkward for him, I think. And we are definitely going to be, with the Sanctum, we're going to be very, like, we're going to have a lot of resistance to Spell Pierce and Daze, so, like, Force of Will is the only thing right now. It's kind of Surgical, sure. Presence, no doubt. No, Oblivion Ring. So I did switch also 1 Oblivion Ring and 1 Banishing Light, so that doesn't do anything either. Surgical. And since I don't have Replenish, just like literally does nothing but by costing 2 life and a card, which I'm okay with. Did he actually pay? Wait, did he play black for it? That's even better. No, he played the Delver, that's right. Alright, well that's also okay because we're going to Elephant Grass here. First we're going to Green Sun, and then we're going to Grass. And obviously we're going to lose a lot of our ability to function onto Winter Orb, but so is he. Man, a Living Wish would be so good for Tabernacle, I think. Did I get the Eidolon? For the extra card, let's see. Then I'll have 2 mana. I'll still have 1 for Grass, so I can't be Dazed, and he doesn't have Spell Pierce open. So, yeah, I think you can do that. And the extra card to find a confinement is really what we're going for here, because the confinement's more keepable under orb than grass is. You know, more sustainable, I mean. That's what I mean. Oh, he did have a force there, he's banking. Well, that could be a problem. If he blind flips here, we're on a 2-turn clock. We're going to draw some cards, but we don't have that much mana, do we? Well, shit. It's actually problematic. Don't blind flip. Interesting. Now I really want to draw a, I mean, that seems kind of dumb. Okay, whatever. Well, now grass is like worth a ton. Yeah, I draw it. Or Living Wish also would be a huge fucking draw. So I'll definitely like untap this. Guys, touch. Hope to draw one of those. Okay, good. So that means another turn, even if he flips next turn. We did get kind of like he did touch 3 flips, but his hand was otherwise pretty strong. Oh, that's interesting, and good for me. I guess I can't use these fetches. That's awkward. Man. I think I wait till next turn. I'll have the guys touch this and Sarah's Sanctum. I am worried about him having a wasteland, which I guess he'd have to draw, but like that could seriously fuck up my game plan of going with Doomwake here. The fetch lands are almost useless to play, but I guess it might matter. And I've got the other one, like the only use they have in hand is this confinement fodder, but I've got 1 for that. But if this doesn't flip, I guess it's still a land. If it does flip, it's not a land, alright. And he's got a lightning bolt, so now I'm also racing lightning bolt and red mana, which I guess he doesn't have, or he'd have played it, but that fetch land, need to remember not to use it ever for anything. So, really need to draw that confinement. Alright, I think we do have to do that then. Interesting. Where is it? Damn, there's the forest. So we can already make black. We're going to have a ton of white, so I guess we need green. We're going to have a ton of white this turn, obviously not the following turns. But what we really need is Living Wish. Alright. But I guess we start with this, this. Man, if he has another Force of Will, that would be potentially awkward depending on what else we draw. No, wait, we know he's got a lightning bolt. He can't force anything. But I guess we have to Living Wish for Aegis now, on account of the lightning bolt. Which is alright. It also kills the these guys, you know. And its presence on the board, we can actually start. Oh, God, I forgot I brought it in. Man, it's a good thing I drew it. This is also, by the way, why I don't like to run too many fetch lands in this deck, because you do win at like ridiculously low life totals pretty frequently. See, like, I'm at 1 and he had a scoop because, and if I'd had to have 1 more fetch land, I'd be dead, of course. Yeah, or if he'd had 1 flip earlier. But we squeaked it out by the skin of our teeth. Alright, so we got our money back. 3-0. Yeah, I mean, our hands were not very strong. Like, generally, that matchup's more, like, one-sided, especially since, like, Grixis especially lost 8 really good cards. Um, and, like, also, without Probe, Cabal Therapy is a lot weaker, so, like, really, like, 12 really good cards, especially against us, even though, like, Therapy was often in the board. But, what was I saying? So even though we had, like, weak draws, we were able to bail it out. We did get lucky, even though our draws were weak, that our opponent blind or failed to flip like 3 times. So in game 3, do you keep this? We are on the draw, so we're going to see 1, 2, 3 cards by turn 2. And the reason that we might is because, like, if we have another green source, we could accelerate with touch. We do have other business, we're going to see a bunch of cards, so even though it doesn't have turn 1 acceleration or even that many Enchantresses, it's actually okay. Okay, not great, but I don't think you can send it back. Another Delver deck, but which one? I still think it's right to lead off with the growth. Also, like, a reason you might lead with abundant growth, even if you don't have, like, or if you don't have wild growth, which would be obviously your default, is because, like, if I need to draw another land, like, I want to make Sanctum actually generate mana. So now it does. If this doesn't flip, it might be right to lead with touch. So that, like, next turn, like, either has to answer that or I, like, can play around Spell Pierce and Daze and shit. Although, if it does flip this turn, it'll have 6 damage, so I do need to get my engine going. So, and it's gonna flip because he Ponder, unless he shuffles here. Even then, of course, it's quite probable. But he doesn't have many cards in hand, so we can't assume that he has too much disruption. So I guess we just go for it, actually, with the Argothian. Especially if we draw a land drop. If we get a land drop, we definitely do. I don't know, I guess we do even without it, but then we're kind of in trouble next turn if he does counter the Argothian. Okay. Nice. Alright, so we are going to be on a hell of a clock, but we do have a Braid. Main deck a Braid? What the fuck? I haven't seen that. Is this red-blue? Shit, it's red-blue. Oh shit, we're on a real fast clock. We need to get that grass online stat. Okay. Things are looking grim for here. That's 8 damage coming across the bow. And even with grass, it's going to be 3 a turn, which is not insignificant. Assuming the grass resolves, which we sure hope it does. Blue-red does run less permission. That's the F-shot, but then they also have burn, so like grass, like they don't necessarily need to do as much damage through the grass. So, yeah. But I'm going to lead with the grass, so, well, it can't be Spell Pierce anyway, but, yeah, no, I guess I lead with the touch first. Fine. Fine, lead with the touch. Then grass. So having only 1 confinement is going to be rough in this matchup, because it's like practically a burn deck. So like Eldrazi, Stompy, and Burn are like the decks where you're most hurt by having fewer confinements. Or I guess to put it another way, the cards, or the decks for confinement is best. I mean, touch could be dazed if I don't play the forest first, but like I said, I don't think... Ugh, that'd be 2 mana down. I don't want that. Let's not be greedy, I guess. Wait for him to read the card. If you've if this is your first time viewing one of these videos, this is one of the more unique cards in the deck. An oldie from the dark. It's like a lot like exploration, but different, but more different. You'd have to run a high basic force count to make it really work. But when you do, it can have payoff. So I really don't want to blow the touch because next turn we can get really explosive with Sanctum. I'm not sure I want to use my other Elephant Grass either. Like I think I wait a turn here, just pass. Next turn I'm going to have a pretty explosive turn. I'll pay the upkeep on the one grass, put the other in line. Even if I take 3 damage here, he has to have a bunch of bolts to make that work, and he also can't work with his islands, so he needs to have another red source, which I think he already missed a land drop, didn't he? Yes, this is turn 4. He didn't daze, yeah. So, we're looking at a 3 damage turn. A lot better than the 8 damage we took last turn. Main deck of Braid. Interesting. I guess that makes sense in so much like Death and Taxes and like Maverick, and like it's probably even okay against like all the Chalice decks, I guess, since they're so 1 mana reliant. I guess that makes sense. I can see it. Alright. The value of Tabernacle right now is pretty good, especially with grass. But let's get a Presence online first, especially because we might be doing Tabernacle. We're going to start with the Presence. We're going to start with tapping it because our green mana is going to be kind of precious here. Oh, I guess you can't Tabernacle, right, because you just used your land drop. But we can do that. That's pretty good. I think we'll leave with the grass because we could draw a basic forest. And we did. So then we can use it and sack it to play the other one. So this is a pretty good turn 4. So yeah, mainly the trade-off in this matchup of Delver versus the others, faster clock, more ability to penetrate Elephant Grass, but like less promotion, which can be a big aid to us. Vanishing Light is pretty pointless here. I got 3 mana, sorry, 6 mana theoretically to work with. I still would like to keep Touch around, if at all possible. I guess I could just Ground Seal here. Like, the worst they can do here is like draw another red source and double bolt me. So maybe actually I just want to get Living Wish Aegis online. I know they can kill it with a Braid, but like it's not that big a deal if they do either. But they can't do it this turn, so I guess I can wait a turn. Because I'd have to sacrifice the touch to put the Aegis online, and I could walk into Daze anyway. Right. I don't think I'm missing something. Like Price of Progress is terrible right now. Like even if they're running it, it gets worse than Bolt. So yeah, I'll just keep drawing cards, I guess. And find the Sanctum, which is our goal here. We do not need these. And again, Vanishing Light. Like, I don't know. He could drop something crazy, but I do have Living Wish also, and I can't see it. So I don't think Vanishing Light is very good in this matchup. Can attack, so I'll probably just like end it to Lightning Bolt and find another red source. No. this one's mana neutral, so yes. Let's get another third Enchantress out, so we can like be sure about going off. And let's go off. That's a good start. Well, growth, always your best friend when you're going off. Maybe not when you're in top deck mode, but when you're going off. That's pretty solid. Alright, well, now we're... What should we tap this for? 9? That's not enough. 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. We're 1 mana shy of Emrakul. Don't want to tap it this early. That's annoying. So find a confinement or get Aegis in play. I guess if we can't go off here. Okay, he's just gonna concede. Alright. Got a lot of quitter opponents today. Might have, well, you know, I don't know his hand. If he doesn't have bolts, then yeah, it is kind of pointless to keep going. Which is totally possible. That was pretty much his main route to victory at that point. So yeah, I really don't like these cards in this matchup. But let's see what Goldfish has to say about UR Delver. Unfortunately, like some asshole like went through and like misnamed everything recently, like in this middle area. So it's a little harder to find what our friends are up to these days. It's appropriately named, thank God. What would I expect? Surgicals, alright. Maybe Vortex, but it's really not that scary. Nothing that I actually want to Oblivion Rain effects against, so choke. I think I do want Aegis as a wish target. I guess he could have like some sort of like pyrostatic pillar effect, in which case I'd want a wicker bow. Maybe I'd want the wicker bow. Maybe I'd want the Rex Edge against him just because it's faster, especially if he's on the play. And it can chump block, I guess. But I don't know, that seems like rather preemptive, having not seen anything to indicate that he would be on that kind of strategy. So maybe I'd just keep one, I guess, Banishing Light, because I might actually like want to cast it into an empty field against this deck. So the downside of Oblivion Rain would probably be more significant here. Man, that's a real head scratcher. I think you gotta mulligan it. Alright, slow, which is not good. But we have all our land drops. I don't like it. I don't like that start. I think I like it better than Delver though. Rather that than Delver. Oh, that's good. I like that. I like that top deck for turn 1. Always happy to see you on turn 1 or when going off, but not in top deck mode. If I had like a wild growth that cycled, how good would that be? It's probably getting greedy. Maybe I could have like a drawback, like Utopia Sprawl, it can only hit a forest, but it can cycle. Is that a fair card? It's probably not broken. It's probably more balanced than a lot of cards they've printed in recent years. To play around Days, I guess you do, especially because like you don't have that many enchantments in hand. It also plays around Spell Pierce. I do want to get an Enchantress in. I don't know what their hand is, but they didn't cast another creature. I guess, okay, that's what their hand is. Would they get rid of the other, another Force of Will? Force of Will, so that's 2 down. And their Swift Spear got bigger. I'm going to hold on to the fetch as long as I can, because I might need white more black, of course. course, you know, if I drop my last forest, then Guy's Touches loses power if I draw it later on. So I did bring in Vortex. I find that interesting. I just don't think it's a fast enough, like I think that's against grindy decks. And like if I have confinement out, I can actually just use that as a kill condition. But whatever. I do have all my living wishes, and I guess I have one oblivion effect, so yeah, and there's the confinement. Yeah, I don't want to walk into any non-basic hate right now. I'd rather get this online. I don't know, check might have been the right call there. Like, because it is a chance where he's tapped out, but man, it's a lot of lands. It's bad for him. He does not need 4 mana to do shit. I guess he just kept it because of double force. Which might make sense if I was him. Well, that's good. I like that. I like that a lot. Nice. I like that even more. And now I don't need the white mana, so I can save that for black and just get some more green. Still check first because I might draw another Enchantress off the. I don't know if that makes a difference. But maybe I should have played this up first. I think I will try to keep this confinement going. Because of the Eidolon, like, makes it a lot more plausible. Yeah, like I can Argothian and Eidolon next turn. That's pretty strong. I don't think he runs Wasteland, because I think he might be on, like, if you're on Price of Progress, obviously you don't really want to run Wasteland. Do I run this into a Daze? I don't think I do. I don't think I'm that worried about, like, the mana, because, again, I don't think he's on Wasteland. Even if I do whiff on this confinement, I am saving a fair bit of life here. So like 4 life at least. Now I'm gonna keep it around another turn, so like 6 life, I guess. Which like 3 mana for 6 life in a card is alright. Especially against a burn deck. And if it does manage to stick around, then obviously it's probably over. I doubt he has much to answer this permanent. I guess he could have Echoing Truth or something. But I'd be surprised. And I'd still have Choke. So let's get rid of this fetch. We can afford it. Now we're well outside like the relevance of Spell Pierce, well, which obviously can't hit these guys anyway, or Daze. So like he's got 2 fetches or 2 forces left. So we're going to draw 3 cards off this, even if he does have a bolt for the Eidolon. And even though that's redundant, we're going to go ahead and play it anyway. We got 3/4 mana. So we can't really Greensun Zenith and check, but maybe we'll get a fire. He spent 2 islands to do that. That might be reasonable. Still draw a card though, so I don't know if it is. So 3, 4, 5, that's still not enough to Zenith and choke. I'm actually okay with him spell piercing this, so I think I'll hold on to my land. Because the spell pierce would also eat his last land. Alright. I was going to say black, but we got abundant growth now, so. Well, now we definitely, I think, have it. See, so this is another situation where like abundant growth is just really strong. And like Various Guile probably would have been sufficient, but the extra card, like just when you're trying to sustain a questionable or aggressive confinement, I call them aggressive, which matters a lot against these fast decks and against combo decks, like Storm combo, I mean, generally. The Abundant Growths are like your best friend to draw. That extra card makes a huge difference. And even though like Mirror's Guile functions under solitary confinement and can sometimes be useful, the extra card is usually just more important. And again, also in top deck mode, it's just your best friend. And then it also mana fixes, so it's doing so much for you. And what does it ever ask in return? And it's also okay even like with a Doomwake on board, but no engine. It can let you hit, like, obviously you still have to get a little lucky, but like it can give you the chance to kill 2 toughness guys, which there are a lot of in this format, as you guys may have noticed. Slow hand, but pretty threat dense, and lots of land drops. So like, if he's on burn or a really aggressive deck, we'd be in trouble. He mulled to 6. Maybe he's on like Eldrazi or combo, in which case we do want Living Winch, although the slowness of this hand is an issue. But if he's on Eldrazi and we like turn 1 chalices, or like any deck with turn 1 chalice, like this, we can turn to, like, hopefully he doesn't also have the threat. If he doesn't also have like a serious threat to back it up, we're just going to turn 2 Wish, turn 3 Rexage, and like not care that much. Like, you know, we lose a couple turns, but like, he mulled 5 for this. Okay, he's on Eldrazi. Hopefully he doesn't have the Thought Knots here. But like, keep in mind, like, especially if they're like aggressively mulliganing, the quality of their hands is going to be lower. I guess if he does like have a Thought Knots here, I can also just next turn Living Wish for the Waker Bow. It's not as ideal, but what you got? Right, well, that's a little frightening, but we do. Okay. Any reason to run a fetch line now? Not really. So I mean, if he attacks, I guess this guy's saving me, or she's saving me 5 life in a sense. Like either he kills her or she chump blocks. But he can't do both. So I mean, he's probably gonna attack and see if I chump block, which I will. So then she saved me 5 life, kill the chalice. Pretty good deal. I would take it again. Is he gonna do another chalice? Oh shit, Reality Smasher. Okay, well now we're in trouble. But yeah, it's a shame these weren't temples or a tabernacle would be a bit better. Obviously, there's no reason not to do that. Well, I guess that buys me a turn effectively. But man, oh man. I could Living Wish for Tabernacle and Elephant Grass. How like basically 3 mana. Well, not really, because then Brainer could tap. And you know, if he'd had a man, it's pretty lucky that he had like his best clocks and chalice to slow us down. Let's think about our options here. I could Living Wish for a Gothian. Will be at 3 effectively next turn. Untap. Play Doomwake Giant. It doesn't kill anything. We're at 2. Or no, we're still at 3, but yeah, we're just at next turn because the Reality Smasher. Like, I guess we could chump with the Argothian and the Endbrenner, but like then we spend 4 mana getting an Argothian to draw 1 card. That's terrible. What's better, Fixing Revoker on Endbrenner? I don't have a way to get rid of the Reality Smasher, except for maybe. If I do go Tabernacle plus Grass. Let's see. He pays the upkeep with 1 tomb. Really wish these had been city traders. Or temple, something. He goes to 8. He attacks. He goes to 6. I go to, I'll be at 14, 9, 8. Next upkeep goes to 2 after he attacks. Am I dead then? No, I think I have 1 more turn. I think that might be my best hope, but I don't think I can afford these fetch lands either. Alright, my land drop is Tabernacle. Alright, it's a weird, I don't know if this will work, but we'll give it a shot, I guess. But if he draws another like land that isn't Ancient Tomb, it's actually worse. Because then I'm kind of relying on him having to kill himself with tombs. Man, if I had Tabernacle and Spore Shrug, then another Living Witcher might actually work. But like again, he like actually at this point drawing lands is his best out. Or his best path forward, I mean. It's not really now. I'm the one who needs outs. Yeah. Especially if it's like another City Traders or Ancient Tomb, because then you can attack with both. City Traders especially. Ancient Tomb might not be so bad, because then you'd be at 4. No, I think I'm still dead then. So take 6 this turn, I go to 8, 7 effectively. Am I dead the next turn? I think maybe I am. Am I? I think actually even an Argothian might give me an extra turn here. Like any kind of chump blocker. So for that reason, that might be a good draw. Let's see. I go to 7. Then I take 5 on his turn. I'm at 2. I'm on 1 on my turn. Then he's at 2. No, but he'll untap. And he doesn't have to pay the upkeep. Shit. I think that's my best bet, though. Maybe he'll make a mistake. Perhaps he shall make a mistake. I guess I can Abundant Growth the Tabernacle as a mana neutral play. That's kind of sweet. So I guess there's no point in paying the grass because he's at 2, unless he plays another land. I mean, maybe it would. I mean, I guess it makes Reality Smasher not another out. Like, he's got another one in hand. No, but he can't play it anyway. Unless he has. Yeah, no, he can't play it. Oh, shit. Shit! I forgot to block. Oh my god, I'm an idiot. I was so busy thinking. Fuck. Now I'm just dead. Shit. I fucked up. I done goofed. Let's see what our card was going to be. I goofed. I guess. Shit. I mean, I'm just dead, obviously. Why doesn't he just end it? Mate. Yeah, alright. But I want to see what my next card was. What's I going to get out of it? Remembering that I wasn't going to have. Actually, that could have gotten out of it. Shit. I punted. Oh my god, you guys. Fuck. Embarrassing. Embarrassing. I can't believe I accidentally skipped through the block. That's twice now, isn't it, that I've done that? Jesus. I hate MTGO. We should have won that one, you guys. We would have Oblivion Reigned the Endbrainer and been at 1. He wouldn't have been able to use his tombs or anything, because he's at 2. Then I can just, like, play D-Mike the next turn. Oh my god, that's so tragic. And actually, like, yeah, fuck. I fucked it up. Alright, well I do like Oblivion Rain effects in this matchup are strong, and I need a Wicker Bow. Actually, considering I've got all these, I think maybe I want Sage. Especially if I'm on the play, the turn 2, like Living Wish into turn 3, Sage Thing isn't as relevant a play line. So saving the mana is more important. Grand Seal does nothing. Elephant Grass can be a 3-0. It's sometimes okay, but sometimes not. What else do I want? So yeah, it's sometimes okay. I can stay on the board. You guys, I punted. I punted. Shit. The deck tried to help me out. What a completely dead to wasteland hand this is. But it is good against Chalice. But they probably play wasteland. Alright. I'll keep it. You can stay, I guess. I think I go ahead and name white here, because if he does go turn 1 Chalice, I want to get my white mana online while I can. If he doesn't go turn 1 Chalice, I'm definitely going to play the Wild Growth before the Presence next turn. I'm actually kind of okay with City into Chalice. Like, that's a lot better for us, because it means he's going to lose his City. Even though we could have won off Ancient too if we hadn't fucked up last time. Yeah, I think you just get the Presence in there. Then these guys cycle. You can Living Wish for a land if you need to. Depending on like the land he drops and shit, like you could get Tabernacle. Could be relevant. Ratchet Thumb. Sure. That's pretty annoying, because like on 1 is actually pretty good against us right now. Let's start it off. I think you actually do. Oh, on fucking color. Yeah, I'm gonna go through here. Yeah, that way, like, these guys are drawing 2 cards a pop, which is stronger, especially since they're not doing much else. Then I'll, like, be pretty sure I can hit all my land drops from here on out, although I did miss one, which is annoying. His mana base is not great, which means his mana base is pretty right for Living Wish into Tabernacle. Is he actually going to work up the Ratchet Bomb? That's interesting. I don't think that's right, but I'm not him. Come on, land drop. That's 3 cards this turn. Land drop. Oh my god. Well, that's outrageous. We're 12 cards in, same 2 lands? That shouldn't happen. actually like happier with him killing either Enchantress than I am with him killing my Utopia Scroll, to be honest. So he's welcome to it. Oh my god, that's so many city traders. Now, I could chump, but then he has the option next turn of killing both my Enchantresses, which I don't like. I might get chump later. Pretty fucking outrageous that I missed 2 land drops here. This is potentially going to kill me, even though, like, actually this hand should have been really good. Now, I can't grass, right. What I can do is, I guess I can get Aegis as a chump blocker, draw some cards. No, I can't, because the wish costs 3. I can't yet, Living Wish for Tabernacle. He can pay for both. He does 7 damage still, and the grass can't resolve. These things cycle much less because he also has Thorn, so I got pretty lucky that he had, like, actually all 3 hate pieces. What do I need to draw here? God, but, like, this is probably my last chance to cast Living Wish and have it matter. Except, I guess, for Tabernacle. But if I can't get another taxing effect online, it doesn't matter. Tabernacle, I mean, it's not enough right now. I need a way to kill that Chalice, I suppose. I mean, I can Wicker Bow, I guess. Yeah, I think I have to Wicker Bow here. Like, get Wicker Bow. If I draw a land next turn, I can actually play it and use it, and then, like, maybe block a big creature, unless he has Thought Knot Seer. I do have the ability to block the Mimic if I need to. Sure. I want him to Wasteland me. That would be ideal. Because then I can just Living Wish for... Come on, do it. Kill that bite. Because then I could just Living Wish for fucking... Tabernacle. That would be sweet. There's no real point in chumping for just 2. Not a land. That's a goddamn shame. All these missed land drops really killed me. Which is like outrageous. I drew so many cards, like in the first couple turns. But it didn't fucking matter because none of them were lands. In fact, they're all just 1 mana enchantments. What can I do here? Living Wish for Tabernacle doesn't do anything. Everything else here does less. Wicker Bow, I guess, buys me a turn because I fucking can chump the Mimic. I just take 2 damage from the Smasher, but that's so bad. I don't know what the fuck I would draw next turn that would get me out of that. But I guess that's the only way I see another turn. Yeah, just like 1 more land drop. And we'd have had a chance. I guess he's got another smasher. Yeah, okay. Well, he had a nuts hand and we punted game on, so that was a little disappointing finish to a 4-0 start. Especially because, you know, we did punt game one. That was awkward. But the deck performed very well. Tabernacle performed really well, actually. A little distressingly well, considering it's like a $3,000 card in real life. Because, you know, haha, I don't want to buy one of those. Let's see what we got. A bunch of points, I guess that's good. Fetch lands are always nice. And then some crap, is any of this good? That's a weird land, I've never seen that before, I doubt that's worth anything. Well, that card's terrible. Man, Rootwater Things. That used to be good, man, back in the day. And, like, there's a deck called Fish that was a thing in Type 1 and 1.5, or Vintage and Legacy, as we now call them. But pretty much just some points and a Scalding turn, but that's alright. Alright, well, thanks for watching, guys. Yeah, I think, you know, Tabernacle definitely looked pretty good that time, so we'll see some more going forward. Thanks for watching.